think my first collaboration was a product exchange, but then I quickly peeped the game. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tania, and in today's video I'm going to be sharing some tips for how to get brand deals and how I make money on the internet. So let's just get started. Most of my collaborations have been on TikTok, but I recently started doing collabs on Instagram and YouTube, so I'm super excited to see where that takes me. But here are a few tips and tricks for things that have worked for me. So my first tip is to put your email in your bio. This is so important because otherwise, how else are they going to reach out to you? I've had a few brands on Instagram reach out via DM, but most of my collaborations have come through my email. So this leads me to my next tip, which is to make sure that you are stating in your bio that you are open for collaborations. So this could either be you saying, email me for collaborations, or saying email for business, email for inquiries, something along the lines of that, so companies know that they can reach out to you and that you're open for work. So in my opinion, it's honestly just more professional and a little bit more convenient to contact brands via email, because I oftentimes find that when brands reach out to me via DM or just like on Instagram or even in like TikTok messages, that it'll often be filtered out or it'll be immediately put into the request box, which I don't often look at. So it's just so much easier for you to communicate via email. So the next thing you want to make sure is that all your social media accounts are public if they aren't already. So when I first started on TikTok, my Instagram was private, and that was because I was still in my graduate program and I'm applying to medical school right now. So I was just really nervous, and I was like, I don't know if I really want to make my Instagram public, but just do it. Make your Instagram public, put yourself out there, and you will be seen. A lot of brands will not reach out to you if your accounts are on private, just because if they can't see your stuff, then nobody else can. And it also gives brands a feel of your content and what type of content you create. So make sure that everything is public. Next, you want to make sure that you are posting consistently. So you may hear a lot of social media managers and people who just are in social media telling you to post every single day, and that may work for them, and that's great and that's wonderful, and I'm sure they're getting super great results. But just for me personally, that doesn't work right now. As someone who wasn't really posting as much on my Instagram, I personally feel like it's kind of a shock to my audience if I just start posting every single day out of nowhere. So I'm slowly building my way up to posting every single day. Right now I'm posting about maybe once or twice a week, and that's working for me. So since my TikTok is my largest platform, I don't have to post every single day. I try to as much as I can, but sometimes I hit creative blocks, which will happen, and I'm just not able to post every single day. So honestly, do what works for you. So I started posting consistently on August 24th, and from then to now I've gained like over 500 followers, and that's from my reels as well. The reels is where it's at. I can do another video on like what my Instagram growth is. I'm still growing my Instagram. My goal is 10K. That's my goal for right now. So I still have some work to do, but once I reach that goal, I can make a video about my Instagram growth. So since then, I've received so many offers to work with companies on my Instagram. I haven't accepted all of them just because they don't always match up with my own brand, but I did get my first collaboration with Laura's Boutique recently, which I'll put a picture right here. And I would also say that about 99% of the collaborations I've done, they have reached out to me, but that does not mean that you cannot reach out to them. And that leads me to my next tip, which is to reach out to brands. Now, the next tip is going to require quite a bit of research, and it may take you a few hours just scrolling through Instagram and finding boutiques and companies and brands that you want to work with. But I promise you, this is what got me my first collaboration. So it worked for me, and I'm going to share exactly what I did. So what I did was I looked at influencers that are in my niche. So lifestyle, fashion, beauty. So I looked at my favorite influencers that like post about those things, and I started looking at the brands that they're working with. Then I went to those brands, and then I went to their tagged posts. Now, when you go to their tag post, this part's going to take the longest time because most people are just going to be tagging the companies because they genuinely purchase something. So what you're going to be looking for is something along the lines of use my code or use code blank. And the reason why you're looking for that is because that's a good sign that whoever is posting that picture is receiving those clothes or receiving that product from the company itself. So that's a good sign that they are collaborating, right? Because when a company makes a code specific for you, that means that you are working together, right? So this is a company that I've never worked with, but I wanted to give you an example. So I'm on White Fox Boutique's Instagram, and I'm gonna go to their tagged posts, right? And I'm gonna just start scrolling and looking for the key term that I just said. So use code blank or use my discount code. Perfect. I just found one. What I would do is I would start looking through this person's page and look at other collaborations that they have done. So you're going to look for that same, key term, use my code or use code blank. And I can see that they've also worked with Princess Polly. So that's another boutique that I would add to my list to reach out to. So when you find influencers or people who post similar content as you and who also have maybe around the same amount of followers as you, it just makes it easier for you to kind of start creating a list of brands and companies that you want to work with. Now, I'm not saying that you should work with every single company or every single brand that another person has worked with. I'm not saying that you should copy off of them or anything like that. But what I am saying is that it's easy to create a list of brands and boutiques this way and get a higher chance of them saying yes to you. So this is actually how I got my first collaboration on Instagram. I spent an entire morning just DMing a bunch of boutiques and brands and companies that I wanted to work with, and I got a lot of responses and I was really surprised. So I was looking through a bunch of different companies and brands, and I actually was going through their website, going through their page, making sure that it was a good fit for me, and also just seeing the things that I liked. So this is what I said, and shout out to Alexis Rebecca for helping me formulate this. I will definitely be linking one of her videos down below, which is some good tips and tricks for influencers. So I said, hey lovely, my name is Tania Marie. I'm a lifestyle content creator. I came across your Instagram and I absolutely love your two-piece sets. Now, let me just stop and say this. I did change that up for whatever brand or company I was reaching out to. For this company, I actually did really like their two-piece sets. So I said, I like your two-piece sets. For HelloFresh, I said something along the lines of, I've been making my way back into the kitchen and I would absolutely love to try your recipes. So make sure that you're changing it up for whatever brand or company you're working for to make sure it's specific so that they know that you're actually looking at their website or looking at the products that they sell. So then I said, I have over 200,000 followers on TikTok, 3,000 followers on IG, and recently started my YouTube channel. I would love to collaborate and show off some of your beautiful clothes. Would you like to collaborate? Thank you, Tania, and I put my email at the bottom. So this worked for me, and out of all the messages that I sent that day, I got a collaboration. Hey y'all, so I'm editing this video right now and I realized that I didn't even talk about one of the most important parts, which is getting paid. So let's get into it. So there are 3 different ways that I have worked with brands and companies. I'm sure there's a few more ways that you can collaborate, but these are just the ways that I have and things that have worked for me. So the first one is a product exchange, and it's exactly what it sounds like. So a company or a brand will send you a product and you will post about it in exchange for receiving that product. And when I first started doing collaborations, I think my first collaboration was a product exchange, but then I quickly peeped the game. I'm very grateful for that collaboration, but after I realized my worth, I started getting paid. So that leads me to my next type of collaboration, where a company will send you products and they will also pay you to create content for you to post on your social media. So this is probably the bulk of my collaborations, where they're paying me to post to my audience, and this is a great way for you to start making money and get the bills paid, okay? So with that being said, I truly believe that no matter how many followers you have, you could be getting paid, and that's why it's important to create a rate card. Now, this example, they're being funny. So I'm not a social media manager, but what I do know is that with this amount of following, the only way that this is realistic is if you add 3 more zeros, and that's on period. So this is just an example showing you what a rate card looks like. And it's really important to create a rate card and to stick to your rates so that when companies and brands reach out to you, you can send them your rate card and they can see exactly what it costs to work with you. So this kind of takes away some of the negotiating because your rates are already set and you should never have your rates go down. Your rates should only go up. So the next type of collaboration that I don't think is oftentimes talked about, but can also be a lucrative way to work with companies and brands, is by creating content for them to post on their social media. So you can also add these rates to your rate card. So it makes it a little bit easier when companies or brands reach out to you to create content for them so that your rates are already set. So if you're interested, leave a comment below and I can make another video going into more detail about how I set my rates and how I negotiate with brands. So let me know if you're interested in that. So my last tip is just to be yourself and post content that you enjoy creating, because if you enjoy creating that content, brands are going to see that you enjoy creating and you love the things that you do, and they're going to be more likely to reach out to you. So that's all I have for you in today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Please make sure that you're subscribed so you can see more videos like this, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!